Do you struggle during the holidays? Are there things that are just really bothering you, that you've been through some hard times this year and it's might be really kind of tough in the next couple months? Well, my name's Kim Meyer, and I am here on Public House Media with you this morning, hoping and praying that my message today will help you forget some of the struggles that you've had this year and help you get through the hard times. I'm going to give you 10 forgotten truths, 10 things that can help you push through the hard times, get through them, and know that you've been loved and that you are worth it, and that the hard times are helping shaping you for the future. Like I said, my name is Kim Meyer. I'm the founder of Choose to Rise and ChooseToRiseUp.com. I have a wonderful, amazing team Rise and Fit, that is helping women choose to rise out of their current self and live their best life. And I just love coming here live on Public House Media. If you're joining me here on the live version, or if you are on the podcast, thank you so much for listening. I hope you hit subscribe. I hope you tell your friends about it. And I hope you come back to Public House Media to listen to all the other amazing podcasts as well. So regardless, whatever brings you to this podcast today, maybe it was the title, maybe it was you're a subscriber, and thank you so much for being back. I just want to share with you a little bit about how there are maybe some people in the last couple months or this year that they're kind of reflecting back on 2017, and there are just things in their life that don't seem very fair, or there's things in your life that have been really hard this year. And you know what? You are better because of them. And today we're going to talk about how those hardships, how those things that have maybe shaped you to who you're going to be in your future. So I want to start with this quote by Friedrich Nietzsche. I'm sure I butchered his name, but that which does not kill us makes us stronger, right? So many of us have heard that quote before. I know that I've used that quote several times before. If it doesn't kill you, it makes it stronger. And, the wisest, most loving, and well-rounded people you've ever met in your life are those who know misery, know defeat, know heartbreak. They know losing something or someone they've loved. They've found their way out of the depths of their own despair. And these people have experienced many ups and downs in their life, and they've gained an appreciation, a sensitivity, and an understanding of life that fills them with compassion, understanding, and deep loving wisdom. People like this aren't born, they develop slowly over the course of time. And I know myself, I wasn't born this way. It's the things that have come up in my life, and it's how you respond to things, and it's how you choose to view the situation, whether you choose to see the hardships in life as a victim thing, or you choose to see the hardships in your life as a growing point. That's the difference between going someplace in life and not. And so I've worked with hundreds of women over the past few years, both online and offline, through lots of various coaching opportunities, and making sure that they can feel, when they're feeling lost, they're feeling stuck, they're feeling unaware of their own brilliance and what they are capable of, blind to the fact that their struggles have really strengthened them. And it's really taken me over the last couple of years to really understand that as well. And so it's just this beautiful thing of giving up the crazy and taking the upper hand in a situation, and knowing and believing that you are stronger because of your struggles. So the truth be told, when hard times hit and the challenges you are facing are great, you can either let your situation define who you are, or you can let it destroy you, or you can let it strengthen you. The choice is completely up to you. You get to decide how you're going to respond to any situation. You get to decide what the outcome is going to be of the event. Like I said yesterday in my podcast, every event is neutral. It's the emotion that you bring, it's the feeling that you bring to the situation that really defines and dictates how it's going to affect you and how it's going to be a part of your life. The first point I want to make with you today is pain is a part of your life, and love is always there too. Both of them are going to help you grow. So many of us are afraid of ourselves and our own truth and our own feelings most of all. We talk about how great the concept of life and love are, but we really hide from both of them every single day. We hide from our truest feelings because we feel like if we feel those feelings, if we allow those feelings to define us, that love is going to hurt, that there's already enough hurt in our life, we don't need to love with it, and that these feelings start to disturb us in some sort of way. When we're taught at a very early age that all pain is evil and that harmful and that we shouldn't, pain is bad, we really start to how can we really ever deal with real life, real love, real things that happen to us, real hardships that come our way? We need to feel the pain. We just need to be alive and feel loved as well. Pain is meant to wake us up. It's yet to be, but yet we try to hide all of our pain. We try to do the highlight reel on social media. We try to avoid pain at all costs. But we need to realize this: pain is something that will carry us willingly, just like a good sense, because we can only learn how to be strong when we've gone through the pain. If things were easy for us, if things were things that were simple, things that you just do and are no big deal, there's no satisfaction in that accomplishment. There's no, joy in overcoming something if you really didn't have to overcome it. If it was just something that was natural to you, it's no big deal. But if you have to struggle through something, if you have to feel the pain, if you have to, overcome something, destroy some insecurities that are holding you back, that's when you build endurance. That's when you, own the scars. That's when you start your reality of your life and your love as you grow into strength and you grow into wisdom and you get to see your true version of yourself and who you're really made of. The second thing I want to talk to you about is how mindset is over half the battle. It's okay to have down times. It's okay to have tough times. But expecting life to be wonderful all the time and wanting to swim in an ocean of glory and rising up and never crashing down, that's really not reality. Life is going to be a roller coaster. Life is going to be a matter of rising up in the positive things and crashing down the waves on the other side of things. The ocean is a great example of this. So there's always this rising tide. There's always this mountain of momentum, and then it crashes into nothing. And then another wave comes behind it, and then it crashes into nothing up on the beach. And if you're able to let go of the momentum sometimes and just be at peace with the realities of the up and downs, and you can definitely feel the calmness that comes with that. And let's be completely clear here that life's ups will always require downs. There's gravity in this world for a reason. There's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days, but the bad days are there to help support you and help make your good days better. To know that you can get up every morning and look around in a way that you take nothing for granted. Everything is extraordinary. Every day is a gift. Not treating life casually, but being prepared for a way that is going to help you be your best self and be amazed in every single way. That is where the beauty happens. That's where you get to know who you really are. That's how you get to know and really experience life. And that's where, if you don't let the pain become the situation that you become hopeless in, but you let the pain be the driving force to how you can improve your life. Don't let bitterness steal your sweetness. I love that quote too, because a lot of times we let the things of our past dictate our future. We let the things of our past become the definition of who we are, and we don't move forward in a way that we are allowed to feel and allowed to experience and allowed to be the greatness that we're made of, because we're always dwelling and wallowing and stuck in the things that have become our past. So even though you may disagree with me on some of these things, take pride in the fact that you still know that the world is a beautiful place and that you have a grand place in it. So change your thoughts and you change your reality. Mindset is a huge thing. And if you can change your mind to believing that you're worth it, believing that you're positive, believing that the good things will come and will happen to you, they will get there. The third thing I want to share with you today is your biggest fears don't really exist. Fear is false evidence appearing real. When times are hard, it can be super difficult to follow your heart and to take another step forward. And it's usually tragedy that lies in our fears that stop you. Although fear can really feel overwhelming and defeat most people, there's a force. It's definitely a force in this world. It's not a powerless, though. You're not as powerless as it seems, though. Fear is only as deep as your mind allows it to go, and you are still always in control. So take control of the situation. Take control of your mind. Take the information that you have. Think logically about it. Separate yourself from the emotion and set fear aside and direct your direction without fear. Go forward in faith. It's really hard sometimes to acknowledge the fear and to really direct it directly address it. However, fight hard to shine the light on the words you have in your heart. Shine bright the light of who you are on the fear, and it will disappear. There can be no darkness when there is light. So shine your own light, shine bright because of who you are. So because if you don't, if your fear becomes a wordless, obscure darkness that you avoid, that perhaps even manage it briefly, you forget, you open yourself to future attacks from fear when you least expect it, because you've never truly faced the opponent who's really defeated you. So if you can face that fear, if you can beat the fear, only if you face it. Be courageous, and remember that courage doesn't mean that you don't get afraid. Courage means that you don't let fear stop you from moving forward with your life. I talk about this a lot, and that you can't have fear and faith in the same heart. I talk a lot about how when you face the fears, they disappear. When you can voice the fears, they disappear. When you can let them outside of you. So the other thing you can do is just talk about the fear. Find a trusted friend, share your fears, share what's dwelling inside of you, get it out of your system and face it. Be courageous, talk about it, figure out the next steps. Think about how you can overcome that fear and walk in more faith. The fourth thing I want to do, second to the last thing, fourth thing I want to talk with you about today is growing through the experience. So over time, you're going to find that life really isn't necessarily any easier or any harder than you thought it was going to be. It's just as easy and hard aren't exactly the two things to really anticipate here. What you really need to be thinking about is, how am I going to respond to the situation? What are the things I do expect, and how can I expect the good things in my life? Because what you focus on is what you create more of. So it isn't a bad thing to maybe think that life isn't going to be interesting. With a positive attitude, you will always be pleasantly surprised with what shows up in your life. What you focus on is what you create more of. So when you stop expecting things to be a certain way, when you stop expecting things to go wrong, when you stop expecting things to be a bad situation, they're going to start showing up in your life as good things. The way you appreciate life, the way you appreciate the things you have, ultimately what you realize as life's greatest gifts are rarely wrapped up in the things that you really expect them to be. So experience is the most valuable thing that you have to dictate where you go in your future. The experience is what you get when your plans don't go as planned. Experience is the most valuable commodity you own, and it builds your strength. So if you've experienced hardship in your life, if you've experienced things that may have made you struggle, use those as your strengths. You have the power to turn your wounds and your worries into wisdom. You have the power to turn your mess into your message. You have your power to do something about the things that have happened to you in your life. You have to accept what has happened because you can't change it. And you have to use what you've learned to step forward. Everything that you've experienced has given you the upper hand for dealing with what's going to come in your future. Everything that you've experienced has given you the upper hand for dealing with everything that you already experienced and what you will experience going forward. When you climb a mountain, the steps that you take to get to the point where you get in the summit have taught you how to climb another mountain. So you realize this, that the skills that you're learning through these hardships, through the deaths, through the lost jobs, through the money, financial things, through the relationship struggles, through the sickness, through the health issues, the things that have happened in your life are shaping who you're going to be. And when you realize this, you're really setting yourself free and becoming more of a positive, uplifting person in the future. If you can take the experiences that you've had in your life and help use those as stepping stones towards going forward, you're going to get there, going to be able to get to your future spot in a cleaner, happier, healthier way. And the last thing I want to talk to you about today is number 5, and you can't change situations you don't take responsibility for. So friend Sigmund Freud once said, most people do not really want freedom because freedom involves responsibility, and most people are frightened of responsibility. Is that true? Yeah. So if I've run from responsibility in the past. I haven't always wanted the freedom that comes with it. Kids grow up thinking, oh, I want to be free. I want to be free of my parents. I want to do things, whatever. But if you really are experiencing freedom, that means it comes with more responsibility. So don't let this be you. When you blame others for what you're going through, you deny the responsibility. You surrender your power over that part of your life to people. So make no mistake in the end that the price of happiness is responsibility. As soon as you stop making excuses, as soon as you stop making everyone and everything else responsible for your happiness, the happier you will be. If you're unhappy now, it's not somebody else's fault. It's the decisions that you're making in your life. Ultimately, your happiness depends on your self-reliance, your unshakable willingness to take responsibility for your life, take responsibility for your own happiness, take responsibility for what's happening in your life, and that knowing that every decision that you make is deciding where you're going in your future. So you having this unshakable willingness to take responsibility for your life from this moment forward, regardless of who's had a hand in making you who you are today and the way your situation is now, it's about you taking control of your present circumstances, thinking for yourself, and making a firm choice to choose something different. It's totally up to you to be the hero of your own life and not the victim. What you focus on is what you create more of. What you decide now in your everyday actions, even the unconscious decisions that you make, they are going to help drive who you're going to be. The present is all you really have to deal with, and if you are focusing on your past so much that your present is getting lost, or you're focused so much on your future that you're not really making the steps in your current reality to get you where you want to go, you're never going to you're always going to sit and spin. There's always, always, always something to be thankful for. You should be always thankful for the things that have happened in your past. Be grateful for the things that have happened in your past because they've shaped who you are, who you're going to be in the future, and using them as reflecting points, as decision markers, as something to be honoring and grateful for so that you can go forward in the steps making you stronger, seeing them as strength points and not necessarily as pain points, and going forward in a way knowing that things are going to take time. Instant results are rarely the best results, and if you are going someplace quickly, it's because you are maybe running from something, that you're not really taking the time to enjoy the view, that you're not really taking time to reflect on the situation that you have in front of you. And remember that patience is about waiting and the ability to keep a good attitude while working hard, while believing in yourself, while using the things from your past to shape who you are going to be, but not defining who you are. Every stone you move, no matter how small, is progress, and I hope that you've taken some of these things today, and that you're able to think about them, reflect on them, and know that the hardships that you're experiencing in this year, in this life, in your current situation right now, those are the things that are shaping you for who you want to be in the coming year. So as you start to dream about 2018, as you start to really think about who you want to become in the next year, start to think about resolutions, or start to think about what you want to do in the next year. Start to make, my team is going to be starting to make some dream boards in the coming weeks here, and what is it that we want to accomplish in 2018. When you're really thinking about the things that have happened in 2017, really reflecting on those things, and knowing that the hardships have given you strength, knowing that the hardships were here for a purpose, and not just to make things hard in your life, but to help strengthen you and make you stronger so that you can climb a bigger mountain in 2018, that you can go bigger places, that you can do bigger things, that you can accomplish more because you've struggled through things. I hope that you gained something positive out of this today. I hope that you enjoyed this podcast, this version here, and let me know if there's something that you are struggling with, if there's things that I can help you with. I hope that you are able to know that when times are tough, you must be tougher. Don't pray for an easy life, pray for strength, pray for endurance, pray for God to guide your feet and help you walk in the path that He has for you. And when it's your turn to help somebody else go through some hard times, you'll have experience, you'll have truth, you'll have things that you can draw upon to help somebody else move forward in that way. So I hope that this has helped motivate you today. I hope that you are able to reflect on your 2017 so that you can move forward in 2018 as a stronger mind and stronger body, and really helping other people move forward in a positive way. So I hope today that you, all of those things, that you like, love, share, tell a friend about Public House Media, tell a friend about Choose to Rise, and that you join me tomorrow on Choose to Rise on that page. I'm here on Public House Media Monday, Wednesday, Friday from now on, and Tuesday and Thursday I'm on my own page, Choose to Rise. So I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great day, and reflect on what 2017 has brought to you so that 2018 can be an amazing year. Have a great day, everyone.